Hey, welcome to another episode of Dad Bods and Touchdowns. I'm Chad. I'm joined here with Justin and Eric. And guys, we're on to week 11 in the NFL. Week 11 started Thursday night. Had the New England Patriots go 9-2 now by beating the Jets 27-14. Drake May was 25 or 34 for 281 yards, one touchdown. Travion Henderson showed out. He had 19 carries for 62 yards, 5 receptions for 31 yards, and a total of 3 touchdowns during that game. Justin Fields, again, struggles, guys. He went 15-26 for 116 yards. He did have 1 touchdown, but he led the team in rushing. He had 11 carries, 67 yards. Afterwards, Aaron Glenn kind of hinted that possible quarterback change because he's kind of Justin Fields isn't looking at his available receivers, he feels. How do you guys feel about that after that game? I mean, is that something fair for Aaron Glenn to come right out and say after that game, or is that something he should hold in private with him?
Watching him play was very frustrating. Like, he looks worse than he looked in Chicago, and I thought that would be hard to do, And then I don't know. I mean, his offensive line is not the best, to be fair, but they look terrible.
Yeah. Justin, what's your take on it?
He's not looking to his receivers at all. He's looking to Garrett Wilson and then running. Like, look to Garrett Wilson and the Brees Hall. You have another good weapon on the offense and an okay tight end the Jets have. Like, they have some weapons, and he's not looking at all. He's just, Wilson's not available. Let me take off and run. So I don't blame Aaron Glenn for saying that publicly.
Right. And I mean, I think Eric hit it perfectly. He looks kind of worse than he did in Chicago. I think he's kind of lost in the system. Let's be honest. I mean, the Jets have lost their system to begin with. They traded everybody away as far as their defensive weapons. Offensively, they're just not clicking. Wilson is on IR. So to be fair, yes, Justin looks rough. I think overall as a team, the Jets look rough. So they'll look to build in the draft. Guys, as we know, watching the Bears last week, Jackson Dart sustained a concussion, and he is also out for week 11, which means Jameson Winston is starting for the Giants. Guys, is there a possible upset? Does Jameson upset the Green Bay Packers?
I mean, I would love to see that personally, but I think Winston comes out and just throws for fucking 300 plus yards and 3 receptions, 3 touchdowns. That's the type of game I see.
Yeah, Justin, what's your take?
Oh, my God. I want to say yes, but I don't think so. The Packers lost last week, so I think they're going to have something to prove. But like Eric said, he can throw for 250 to 300 with a couple tutties and a few interceptions. Hey, they might pull off the upset because the Giants' defense isn't no joke either if they play to their potential. So
right,
yeah, that front line is crazy for the defense.
Yeah, their D line is nasty. So if the firing the day ball motivates the Giants this week, who knows? Maybe we are brewing for an upset.
Right, and guys, let's face it. I mean, the Packers have played down to their opponents. When you talk about they lost to the Browns and they lost to the Panthers, 2 teams realistically that they probably should not have lost to. So I think anything's possible. I mean, if you think of Jameson Winston's 10-year career, I mean, he's got over 24,000 yards passing, 154 touchdowns. He does have 111 interceptions to go with it, but he's 1-2 against Green Bay, guys. All right, 1-2 out of those 3 games. He's got 7 touchdowns and 0 interceptions against them.
He's going to go off. Let the man play.
So, I mean, is that a telling sign? Is that possible? I mean, Green Bay's defense has allowed the 5th fewest yards, all right, going into this game at 287 yards a game, all right? But they're 29th in takeaways. So Jameson still may go without throwing an interception against Green Bay, right?
Yeah, they only have 1 interception, I think is what I remember.
They give up 195 yards a game. Running the ball is tough against them. All right. They're 6th in the league, only giving up 92 yards a game. That's until they face the Bears. Let's face it. I want to throw that one out there because we'll run the ball over their ass. Anyway, Green Bay's offense, it's 12th in the league. I mean, 349
Garbage.
yards per game. I mean, you say that. It's weird because I would agree with you, Justin. But looking into the stats a little bit, they're still 9th, when it comes to the pass. Their running game is not good. The running game is 20th. They only average 112 yards per game. So, and they're 15th when it comes to points per game. They only average 24 points a game. So I think it's a possible upset. I think with maybe the team getting a little pumped for, their interim head coach and giving the facts of how Winston's done against the Packers, even though he's 1-2. I like the fact that he can throw that ball all over him.
I think Love is overrated regardless, Chad. There's nothing more I can say.
I would agree that he's overrated. I think the Packers have been overrated all year. We've talked about that. I think that they're definitely starting to show that as far as in the standings, but we'll see what happens coming out of this Sunday. If they drop one to the Giants, that would definitely secure that up for sure. Let's talk about the AFC. The top 3 teams over probably last 5-6 years. When you talk about Buffalo, when you talk about Baltimore and Kansas City, I mean, it's one of those when you're coming to the season, you don't even second guess whether they're going to be that division leader or not. You just kind of assume that those 3 are going to be there. Is that possibly changing? Is that changing the guard coming now? I mean, Justin, I know you're pretty familiar with like the Chargers when we talk about the West and stuff like that. I mean, is this something that we see a change with the Broncos and with the Steelers and with the New England Patriots?
I think for Buffalo at the end of the year, no, I think Buffalo will get it out this year. But I think in a few, because the way Buffalo's team's shaking up, their offense is the same every year because of Josh Allen, but their defense is not playing how it should be. And they have a defensive head coach. And Vrabel is a defensive head coach, and McDaniel is a good OC. So I think that division will still be Buffalo's for this year. But if Buffalo doesn't make changes, you're going to see the change within the next year or 2, maybe even this year. Baltimore, I think they're still going to win their division. Like, it's weird. They got off to a really bad start. Lamar was injured. They won 2 in a row, I think. And I think they'll be back.
3 in a row.
Division. Oh, 3 in a row? Yeah.
Yep.
And then, again, the Chiefs, their best offensive player was out because he made some stupid off-the-field issues. They started the season a little slow. So I think this year they do not win the division, but I still think they're going to be right there. And they probably are going to upset the Broncos this week, in my opinion. But I think there's a change, but I just don't think it's the team that is currently in the division lead because their defense is nasty for Denver, but the offense is not there right now. Some weeks it is, and some weeks it's trash.
Right. Eric, what's your take? Changing the guards for a lot of these teams?
Yes, in some ways. Yes, because some teams are getting older. Like Kansas City's getting older. Their team's not the same, like Justin said. I mean, I just think they always say that AFC is better, but they're not better.
Yeah, that's your take? All right.
Good boy, Eric. Good boy.
Shut up.
Listen, guys, I want you to think about this. All right. I'm going to break it down for the Bills here real quick. All right. I think that's a tough road. I disagree with you, Justin. I mean, if you really look at it, all right, they're 2.5 games back right now from New England, right? So if by chance they do lose to the Bucs, which I don't think is going to happen, but if they do, that's 3 games back, right? So you're talking with 7 games to go.
Week.
Yeah, with 7 games left to go for the season, right? They got 5 tough games remaining on the schedule. They got the Bucs, they got Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. Week 14, if Joe Burrow is back, they'll have the Bengals. It's a possibility he's at practice. Oh,
I'm saying, like,
the only thing I will say, it's in Buffalo. That's the only thing that would slow me down on that one. But you know what I mean?
We've seen what old man Flacco's doing with that offense. A competent QB, you can throw the ball. You put Burrow, who's up.
So not just
NFL
that,
healthy Burrow is not in the playoffs.
Right. Well, and listen to this. You got week 15, you got New England, and week 17, you're at home against the Eagles. I mean, week 16, yeah, you would think is going to be an easy one against the Browns, but that's in Cleveland. And that's against that Browns defense. So is it really that easy of a path for the Bills?
No, but I still think
they got Josh Allen.
Of Josh Allen.
Exactly. They got Josh Allen.
Yeah, but that defense has not played well.
No,
you got beat by the Falcons, you know?
No, they didn't get beat by the Falcons.
Yes, they did.
Got beat by the Patriots, Falcons, and Dolphins.
Shit. The Patriots were a surprise. The Falcons that's when they beat the Falcons beat the Patriots, the Bills. I thought it was going to be like the Falcons were going to be a really team, but the records are surprising after that game.
So when it didn't surprise you when Miami beat Buffalo last week?
Oh, that surprised the shit out of me.
Yeah. All right. Now,
But
and I
also
agree
the-
with you on the North, the AFC North. You know what? The Ravens are 1 game back from that. All right. They're on a 3-game winning streak. This week they got the Browns. And then they got the Jets. Then they got the Bengals. The only thing that would question me about that is if Burrow's there. Like I said, I think that defense for the Ravens is a little suspect still. I mean, they're looking better, but against Burrow and Chase.
He's projected to come back Thanksgiving.
Is he? Okay. All right. There you go.
Yeah, that's what they're
I
saying.
mean, so that's a tough one. Then you got the Steelers at home. So all 4 are actually winnable games for them. They do face New England week 16, and they also got the Packers. That Packers defense is still good. No matter what we want to talk about the offense, the defense still looked really good. That's what's kept them in games, right? I mean, realistically.
So they get more injuries.
So you can go against the Pack. Listen, you got to be realistic about it. You can't be a homer. That Packers defense is not bad.
I'm just saying they're
Packers
overrated.
defense
That's all
is
I'm saying.
They're not. They give up the 9th most yards in the NFL, and they're also top 10 in giving up the fewest points. Their takeaways are way down this year compared to last year.
Takeaways real
McKinney
bad.
had 5 takeaways last year himself, but their defense is still really freaking good.
Now let me ask you
I'm
this.
not saying
guys.
that because I want the Packers to lose, but their defense is fucking good.
So even if the Chiefs do upset the Broncos this week, all right, that would only take them 2 games back, right? Have you looked at their schedule? All right.
Yeah, they have to play the Broncos one more time, the Chargers twice.
All right. So week 12, next week, they got the Colts, but that's at home. So I like their chances. They've got the Chargers at home. I like their chances. Week 17, they're home again. All right. The upside, all 3 of these, like I said, they're all in Kansas City. They're all winnable games. They have Dallas. They have to go to Dallas and play Dallas. I mean, that still should be a winnable game for them, right?
It should, but Dallas at home is not pulled some points out of their ass.
Yeah.
So one mishap from
they've got the Texans and they got the Titans where they go into Tennessee.
The Texans game might be tough. Surprisingly, it might be tough. The Texans defense is fucking nasty.
They are very good. They're the best in the league, without a doubt, statistically. But this is the thing. Offensively, they're horrible. And the KC defense isn't top notch, but it's not bad either.
That's why I think KC is the most suspect in my team of those 3.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the teams they play, man. Colts, that's a very losable game. Chargers, a very losable game.
Yeah, but it's all at home. That's the only thing. I would agree with you if they had more
Jonathan
road games
Taylor
for that.
can go into any stadium and rush for fucking 300.
He can.
At this point, he might have a 300-yard game, it seems like, with the amount of runs he's breaking away for.
Quote me on this one. I think it's going to come down to week 18 when Kansas City has to go in to Vegas and play Vegas. That's a trap game. That's a trap game. Because Vegas, let's face it, Raiders and Chiefs battles, Raiders and Chiefs have always been pretty solid games. Doesn't matter.
Max Crosby has his best games against Mahomes.
Yep. So
I mean,
I'm just saying, keep an eye on for that one.
Even last week when the Raiders only lost to the Broncos by 3. The Broncos, Crosby, he's the defense himself. He's so good.
Yeah, he is very good. Could you imagine having him in Chicago? That'd be beautiful. He might be one of the best defensive linemen that I've seen play.
He reminds me of a more athletic JJ Watt, just relentless, go after you, tough no matter what he's playing. He reminds me of JJ Watt, like in his prime in Houston, but just a little more athletic.
I think he plays the run better.
Do you mean JJ Watt? JJ Watt?
No, JJ Watt.
JJ Watt.
Good boy, Eric.
If you watch Tires, you get the reference. Anyways, can we talk about how the Bears lead the league in takeaways and the Packers don't? I'm just saying.
We could talk about that here in a little bit when we get to the Bears.
God, you dude. We aren't even to that topic yet. Calm your fucking tits, old man.
We're talking about the Green Bay Packers. I just want to say that.
Let's talk about Mike Vrabel and the job he's doing in New England. Guys, can he win a Super Bowl in New England?
Oh, I think so. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't think they're there
sure.
yet, but they might have a chance.
Yeah.
I mean they have a good owner. I mean, they put their team in situations to win, unlike other franchises. I mean,
they do, but he's 2-3 as a head coach in the playoffs, right?
He is, but he had Ryan Tannehill as his quarterback.
I was going to say he was with the Titans.
He did have Derrick Henry, don't get me wrong. but he had Ryan Tannehill.
The Titans.
I don't
And
disagree.
Mind you,
But-
let's go back to his last year. Not the same roster, but the defense was the same almost. The star players were there besides L'Jarius Sneed. And they went 7-9 and were one game away from the playoffs with the Braves. Then he got fired.
I don't disagree. But this is my take. I think he's got the possibility of doing it? Definitely does. Obviously not this season. What concerns me about this season, guys, is their soft schedule. I mean, realistically, 7 of their wins, here they are. They beat the Dolphins, the Panthers, the Saints, the Titans, the Browns, the Falcons, and the Jets. 2 of their wins are against two what I would consider good teams, and that was the Bills and the Bucks. This is the deal. Their opponents'
Bucks offense completely injured.
Hold on, hear me out. Their opponents' average winning percentage is 356. The teams they have beat, it's their team's winning percentage. Food for thought, guys.
Damn.
I mean, if we think about it, we talked about it. I don't know what week. I say if they beat a good team like the Kansas City Chiefs, who are on the downtrend, I think maybe they could talk about it. But I was telling you earlier,
But they did beat the Bucks. They went into Tampa and beat the Bucks too. Like, that's a tough place. Yes, the Bucks are injured. They're missing Godwin
I was gonna say the
and
offense
Evans,
is
and the right
completely
tackle
hurt.
just came back. But the Bucks have also beaten good teams without those players as well.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
I don't disagree, but the
I'm
head
not
coaching
taking
has a
anything
lot
away
to
from
do
the
with it.
Patriots from the complete turnaround in 1 year. The schedule could play a lot to do with it. But I go back to Andy Reid's first year in Kansas City. Their schedule was very weak, and they made the playoffs and were one and done. But
To
look
be
at Kansas
fair,
City since then.
we were talking about it earlier. I think the Patriots got lucky against what was it, the Bucks, because Henderson finally went off for them. He basically won the game for them in the last. Had over 100 yards, and it wasn't like a Drake May situation. And the Bucks had every opportunity to score a point and win back that game, but they couldn't. I mean, I don't know how much it is. It's luck. I mean, if you look at what Cam Newton says, they say they're fool's gold. So I don't know. I don't know what we can take away from it.
It doesn't matter. They still won the damn game. That's my point. Like, yes, there was very much opportunities for the Bucks to win that game, and I wanted the Bucks to win that game, but they didn't.
I'm not saying no. I admitted to saying Drake May looks good. I'm not, but we've said their schedule is not the hardest schedule in the world.
No, their schedule is not. But this is the thing, and we've said it plenty of times, especially when we talk about the Bears. First part of their schedule is you play the schedule you're given, and you go out and you win the games that you're expected to win. I think New England's doing that, but I just thought it was interesting that everybody's putting them on this mantle, and they're talking Drake May with being possible MVP, and I knew that was a topic that we were going to throw out there at first, but then we backed out of it. But when you're playing teams that are way below a winning percentage, you need to win those games. And eventually they'll have to play teams in the playoffs that are all winning teams, and we'll see what happens then. That'll truly prove where there is. This is the deal. Their future, to me, their future possible AFC champs. I mean, they got a quarterback that's really good. To me, a very solid rookie running back in Trayvon Henderson. Their defense is top 10. So, and obviously their head coach, to me, is a top 5 head coach in the league. You know what I'm saying? So I see it coming in their future.
And Chad, off your actual question, is Braves coach of the year? I don't think so. I want to say yes, but I'm going to go with who you went with last year, and he didn't win. He got snubbed. Dan Campbell. And I say that because, yes, the Detroit was still winning games, but he had offensive players getting frustrated, very frustrated, in Jameson Williams. Mid-game, Dan Campbell strips his OC, who was scoring points, and said, I'm calling the plays to get our most explosive offensive player involved, and their offense looked the exact same.
Right. No,
so I'm going with Dan Campbell for that reason over Braves.
I don't disagree with you so far, but I also think that there's a firepower for Coach of the Year for Ben Johnson right now too. So
there is. That's the reason
there's
I picked
three.
Campbell.
There's three. To me, there's three or four very good head coaches.
There's 4.
Out there.
If the Niners make the playoffs, Shanahan will be in the consideration. I'm not homer pick, yes, for sure, but with all the fucking injuries they have had, if that team squeaks into the playoffs and wins one playoff game, he's a candidate. He might not win it, but he's a candidate.
Yeah. All right, guys. The new segment: Gold or Fool's Gold. All right. Seattle's the best team in the NFC. Gold or Fool's
Gold? Fool's fucking gold.
Yeah, why is that, Justin?
Let's see. Sam Darnold. That's why. Looks great all year. Looked great last year in Minnesota. Came to the end of the season, the pressure was on. He sucked. Fool's gold.
All right, Eric, gold or fool's gold?
I think they're they'll show tomorrow where they're at if they can win the game against the Rams. I mean, there's two of the leading.
So do you
teams
think they're gold or fool's gold?
Answer the
I
question.
know, but
fool.
I will. No, let me finish my train of thought. I think that they're gold. Okay, they have a good run game. Their defensive line is really good. They're just good everywhere. I don't really see a lot of big holes on their overall team. I mean, the receivers having one of the best years a receiver could have. I think they're gold.
I disagree. They're fool's gold. Absolutely fool's gold. I'm with Justin on this one. Listen, soft schedule, wins against the Saints, Cardinals twice, Jags, Texans, Washington, and the Steelers. All right. And we just talked about the Steelers not too long ago. The Ravens are going to take that division. So it's not like they're a division leader. All right. An average winning percentage for all those guys of 389. All right. All their victories, average winning percentage of 389. Okay. Listen to this. Let's check this out, Mr. Everybody talking about Sam Darnold being MVP. The defenses they played, the average ranking of those defenses, all right, of their 7 wins is 21st. First is their average ranking for their defense, guys, all right? Hence why they're 6th in the league in passing, all right? That's the only reason. One of their losses came to a very healthy 49ers defense, all right? So when
it had to play... Close game. The defense is legit.
Was it really? Because Sam Darnold was 16 for 23 for 150 yards.
Oh, no, I'm saying it was a close game because of the
scoreboard. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but Seattle defense is legit.
But what I'm talking about is when it comes down to people talking about Darnold being MVP and is Seattle for real?
I never.
No, it's JS.
You've heard plenty of
the
it.
Dog.
But they're ranked 6th in the NFL in passing with 246 yard average. All right, like I mentioned, 16th in the NFL for rushing average with 114 yards per game, and 9th overall for total offensive yards against poor defenses, guys. When they get into the playoffs, just like I said about New England, they'll be exposed as fool's gold. All right. The only thing is, I think New England has a better chance of doing better in the future than what Seattle does because of Sam Darnold and because of the soft schedule that Seattle's faced. Fool's gold, boys.
I mean,
also
look at the rest of their schedule. Okay, the hardest teams they have to face is the Rams twice and then the Colts. After that, they got
they'll have to play the 49ers,
Vikings,
the biggest rival in the division.
And
they
then
probably
Panthers,
might lose that game too.
I doubt it, dude. They faced them the last week of the season, and I think they go 1-1 this year. They already lost once.
You say that, I'm not disagreeing. Niners are getting healthy on the offensive side, so they're going to be able to start scoring a lot more again if everyone stays healthy. But their defense, toast.
The Rams are going to dismantle them this Sunday.
Oh,
I'm waiting to see it, but I will say, Chad, you did pick.
My picks say otherwise, but
I was going to say
I agree, but my picks say otherwise.
I did not pick Seattle.
Oh no, I did because I want to win money.
Yeah, the Rams are going to dismantle them. Watch, there'll be no money made for you. I'm sorry, Justin.
It's okay. It's why I only did a $5 parlay.
There you go. All right, guys. Our second one. Broncos are the best in the AFC West. Eric.
Oh, that's a terrible take there, Chad. Their offense is dookie.
Dookie.
Justin, gold or fool's gold, since Eric don't know how to say.
Fucking gold. Yeah. Fool's gold. Like Eric said before he muted himself, the offense, some weeks, super great, even against good defenses. Some weeks, doesn't show up. Defense, always consistent, but I don't think it's the 2015 Broncos that won the Super Bowl because they also had one of the best minds ever to play the game of football, and that's not Bo Nix. Bo Nix is decent, don't get me wrong, but I think the Chargers and the Chiefs have a better chance to make a further push in the playoffs if they all three get in again than the Broncos. Personally, that's just me.
Yep. I'm going to disagree with you both you guys. Listen, the Broncos are gold. All right. They currently lead, obviously, the division 8-2. All right. The offense is in the middle of the pack. You're right. They're 13th total yards. All right. 335 yards a game. 18th in passing. That's where they struggle. But in rushing, they're 9th, guys. 129 yards a game. They do not score a lot of points, but they don't have to with that defense as good as it is. All right. Bo Nix is 6th in the AFC for total passing. He's tied for 3rd in touchdowns, guys, with 18. If I were to say one bad thing about him, all right, He's got 8 interceptions. All right. But he's only been sacked 10 times. No AFC quarterback who is considered a starter, I should say, for a team has been sacked less times than Bo Nix. All right. So he's got the touchdowns. He avoids the sacks. All right. Their defense is third in total yards given up per game. Right. Okay. They don't give up any yards. They've got 46 sacks on the season. Their only downfall really is they only got 8 turnovers all season long, which puts them 25th in the league. All right. Their defense, we've said it. Defense wins championships. What won the Eagles the Super Bowl last year?
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
That defense.
No,
the fact
Saquon
that
Barkley.
Kansas
Saquon Barkley.
It's the
Really?
offensive line and Saquon Barkley. They have the best offensive line in the NFL.
So let's revisit the stats from the Super Bowl last year. How many total yards did KC have, guys?
I don't know.
Was it a lot? Defense wins championships, right?
Chad, you're smoking a lot of something. There's no
lot
way.
No, he's not. He's right, but I just disagree with last
No,
year. The Eagles defense annihilated
I disagree.
Mahomes, but
Because
Saquon ran.
You can have the best defense in the world, but if you don't score, it doesn't matter. Look at what happened with the Bears.
I just brought it up. They do score.
With the 2005
but
Bears.
They do score.
Chad,
but
look
they
at the
do
2005
score points.
That's
Bears,
like
okay?
one.
What
That's a
happened
one-off, though, Eric. That's a one-off.
No, there's
man.
a lot of times that defenses have been the top defensive in the NFL, and then the offense can't score, so it
but
doesn't
that year's
matter.
a one-off. They played Peyton Manning, and the Colts got Dwight Freeney back, and he played like All-Pro. He played like an All-Pro in the playoffs.
I don't disagree with you. But I'm just saying, okay, the dude
The
averages
one-off, bro. It's a
6.1
one-off.
6.1 per throw, right? He averages 212 yards per game. There's no way you can win with that. I'm sorry. You can say all you want with the defense, but if you don't have takeaways, it doesn't matter.
Do you remember? Now I'm backtracking on myself here because I think the league's different from when the Broncos won the Super Bowl. But do you remember how bad Peyton Manning was and the Broncos offense was when they won the Super Bowl?
Yep.
Do you remember how bad it was? Peyton Manning couldn't throw the ball 10 yards downfield.
Yes, because he had a broken neck and he was 100 years old. I know.
But they still won the Super Bowl, right?
Barely, because Cam Newton
Did they win
freaking jump for a freaking
They
fumble.
also
No,
had
it doesn't matter.
They also had
I'm
prime
just
Von
telling
Miller.
you.
Yes, they had an outstanding
They
defense.
had the best defense, but I'm just saying.
And as Denver does.
I bet you that team had more takeaways than this Broncos team is what my point is. If you don't have takeaways, it doesn't matter.
But they got the sacks.
What does that have to do with takeaways?
They're on pace to break the NFL record for sacks in a season. Well on pace.
They can get a cookie. I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying they're not going to win anything when it matters because their quarterback or their offense can't score. Chad, that's my point.
I disagree, but that's just my point. I don't think there is a team better in the NFC West right now than the Broncos. I just don't. The Chargers have too many injuries. How can
Their
you say
defense
that?
is still fucking legit.
Yeah, but
Matt's healthy.
They score less points than the Broncos do. Since their injuries.
Broncos is way too inconsistent.
Since their injuries.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not wrong. But
yeah,
the Chargers will average 21. The Broncos 1 week will score 10 and then 47 or 10 again. Something.
I'm just saying, if I had to put my money down on who was going to win the AFC West, I would put my money on the Denver Broncos at this point.
I'm still taking the Chargers because look at again, coaching does matter in these games. Hardball matchups with Sean Payton head to head.
It's a very good matchup.
He can't beat him. And I'm not taking anything away from the Broncos defense.
But
I'm not taking anything away from the Broncos defense because Vance Joseph is calling a very good defense. Pat Surtain is, if he might still be out, I'm not sure, but
he is out this week.
Yeah, they're still playing phenomenal. And when he comes back, they're going to be so much better. I just think if Nix plays consistently, it's not even a question. Broncos are going to win that division, but he's so inconsistent that all it takes is one slip against Mahomes. That defense is one slip, and they lose a game.
I think that the Broncos have proven that that defense is the best in the AFC right now.
If they beat Kansas City, I will give you that.
I'm not disagreeing. They're record-wise, they're the best in the AFC. They're for a reason. Their defense is fucking awesome.
Right.
I am with Eric. Their offense is too inconsistent. And the year they won with Manning, it was bad all year.
So tell me this. What defense would you take in the AFC West first and foremost, period? Which defense would you take first?
Denver's. It's not even close. It's Denver's.
So, all right, guys, game of the week. who is your game of the week? Justin.
Kansas City versus Denver.
All right. Who do you got winning that one?
I'm going to save that for our next section.
All
I think it's
right.
obvious, though, after our last discussion.
Yeah, right.
Rasheed Rice is going to go off for $150 and 2 tutties for my fantasy purposes, I hope.
I got Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. That is
Gotcha.
to see who's number one.
Number one in the NFC. All right, guys, I've got Bucks versus Bills. If the Bills drop this one, they go down 3 games to the Patriots. And we talked about the path that they needed earlier and the strength of that schedule, especially if Burrow shows back up. Trying to win out will be a very tough task for them. And I think, like I'd said before, I think they probably have the least chance of winning that division out of the Baltimore and Kansas City situation. So that's why I picked the Bucks and the Bills, just because of the ramifications if the Bills lose. So, all right, we skipped this segment last week and we didn't mean to. We got to get back on to it. All right, guys, Power 5. I'll shoot through my Power 5 real quick. I got at number 5. I put the New England Patriots in there. I know we talked about the softness of the schedule, but, you play the schedule that you're given and you win the games you're supposed to win, and they're doing it. Number 4, I got Detroit Lions at 6-3. Still the most complete NFC team to me. They're just not consistent week in and week out, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Number 3, I've got the Indianapolis Colts at 8-2. Soft schedule again, still winning. Close game against the Falcons last week. Probably shouldn't have been as close as as it was. I got number 2, Philadelphia Eagles. They're 7-2, 3-game winning streak. Great running game, great defense, solid coaching staff. And then my number 1, guys, for the first week is the Rams. Listen, 7-2. Matthew Stafford's putting up MVP numbers, guys. Over 2,400 yards passing, over 25. He's got 25 touchdowns, literally 2 interceptions of that. We'll take that ratio any day. Top 5 offense, 7th ranked defense, just an overall great team. And obviously Sean McVay, head coach, is a winning combination for anything. So that's my top 5. Justin, your top 5.
My top 5 is the Seahawks, weak schedule, but 7-2. Lions winning. 3, I have the Eagles. 2, I have the Colts. Chad, you're right. Game shouldn't have been as close, but they have Jonathan Taylor, so they can win any game if they control the clock. And 1, agree, the Rams. The Rams.
They're looking good.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say. It's Matthew Stafford and the defense. That Rams defense is
very good. Yeah, I agree. Eric, your top 5, your Power 5.
All right, so we got the Seahawks at number 5. We got the Lions at number 4. We got the Eagles at number 3. We got the Colts at number 2, and then I didn't copy. I swear to God, the Rams at number 1, just because I agree with you. Stafford is having a great season, and their defense is pretty good too. So they're looking like a good team.
Yeah, and guys, we all agreed upon the Rams, and like I brought up, I know you guys are heavy on Taylor, and I agree. Taylor obviously is right there, but with that, the numbers that Matthew Stafford currently has, I mean, to have a 25-2 ratio and 2,400 yards, I mean, at 10 games into the season, is that MVP so far?
No, I think it's between him and Jonathan Taylor. Taylor's on pace.
Like I said, I can't take anything.
Taylor's on pace to break the rushing record or close to it, and if he breaks it, he should win MVP.
Yes and no.
He's that team. He is that team.
No, I agree, but I don't think it should be based off of breaking the amount of yards that the guys got, because this is the deal. They play 17 games now.
I don't either, but I think
games. They're not playing 16 games now. If his yards per average is better than what Jim Brown's was at one point,
Dickerson's I'm saying a single season.
Dickerson. Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean
you could
to
put
me,
JSN
then you
there,
could put
though.
there.
You could put JSN. I mean, he's already at 10-41.
JSN more the offensive player of the year.
Right. My only problem with JSN on that account is Seattle's not going to be an NFC champ like the Rams, I got a feeling, are going to be. That's my only problem.
It also, it shouldn't matter, but, like you said, the playoffs will go into consideration.
I mean, even last year, the Eagles were by far the best team in the NFC. The Rams defense, though, the rookie started playing well and meshing. gave the Eagles
Yeah.
a run for their money.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
Puka completed that catch at the goal line. Rams would have won that game. And
Yeah,
now they're continuing
very
over
true.
this season.
Yeah, and Puka's freaking nasty.
And
Even
Devontae Adams.
Bat.
It's like if
Yeah,
Puka's out, Adams is like, oh, I got to be 23 Devontae Adams again and go off for 3 touchdowns in a game.
right.
He
Awesome about him. He's a good
bad.
quarterback.
Is Stafford a top 10 QB of all time? Because his
I would
numbers don't
say-
lie. And he has
Yeah,
and he
I'd
has
say
the
he
ring.
has to be considered. I have to be.
Like,
I say he
I-
has to be considered.
I
Like he's
would've put him
behind
in the-
Eli in rings, he's behind Aikman in rings, but his numbers, man, are legit. And look at
He's a better quarterback than Aikman. Sorry, he's a better quarterback.
not-
I was
than
gonna
Aikman.
say Aikman got carried.
I was
a
saying
lot.
that too, but I'm
Yeah,
saying like
yeah.
look at career year Calvin Johnson broke the fucking or holds the single season record. The closest person to him, Cooper Kupp. Matthew Stafford was his
Yeah.
quarterback. Last year, Puka was phenomenal. Stafford was a quarterback. Kenny Galladay from NIU, career year, got paid by the Giants. Quarterback was Stafford. Like I think
Yep.
Stafford is in the top 10 conversation. And I don't like Stafford as a person and a player, but I don't root for him because he was a Lion. I didn't want to see him destroy the Bears. And now I don't want
Right,
to see him
right.
destroy the 49ers. So, but he's a
You've
good
had to deal
quarterback.
with him on both sides, huh?
Yeah, he's a good fucking quarterback.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
If
First
he would have
ballot,
won that
guys.
Super Bowl, I think you would have put him in the category with kind of like a Kirk Cousins stat kind of guy. But now that he's won an extra Super Bowl, you got to put.
First balloter.
Oh yeah.
His numbers are phenomenal, man. Especially this year, if they get
No, I
if he
agree.
gets the second this year, I think if they win it this year, he retires and just walks off into the sunset.
Oh,
I don't know if his competitiveness will allow him to.
I mean, he's a dog, but I think.
All right, guys, let's get on to our picks and the results. All right, currently we're all 3 last week, 5-2. Good week for all of us. Overall, I'm 40-23. Justin is in second at 39-24, and Eric is 36-27. All right, my picks this week are the Rams over the Seahawks, the Chiefs over the Broncos, the Ravens over the Browns, the Eagles over the Lions. That is in Philadelphia, gentlemen. Bills over the Bucks, and I got the Falcons over the Panthers. My wild card is already won. The Patriots over the Jets. That's my easy pick of the week. Justin, your picks.
Alrighty, so I got the Panthers over the Falcons, Bills over the Bucks, Seahawks over the Rams, Kansas City over Denver. Kansas City has better offense. They're going to prevail. Baltimore over the Browns, Lions over the Eagles, and Chargers over the Jags.
Seahawks over the Rams, Detroit over Philly, Buffalo over Tampa Bay, Atlanta over Carolina, Kansas City over Denver, Baltimore over Cleveland, and the Bears over the Vikings.
All right. So that's our picks, and this is where we're standing. And Eric and Justin will be further behind me after this week's picks because my picks
Maybe.
are better. So just saying. That's the way it usually goes. All right,
I
let's
wanna
talk
say the
some.
Eagles are
Chad picks the
the
easiest
Eagle-
game to pick, and he's like, "Oh, you know,
We all
yeah,
picked the
fuck."
same games.
No, just to pick
Besides
the minus
one,
1,500 picks.
Take his fucking strategy. I picked the Chargers over the Jags
Not doing that.
Like-
I'm not doing it. Can't do it.
because you're a
Oh,
freaking
no.
moron sometimes.
Hey,
It's
Eric
fine.
did.
I'm
Good
not
boy.
worried.
Good boy.
Eric did
Good
buy-
boy.
Eric did buy an ice bath. And
Yes.
it came
Good
in.
boy. Good boy.
So we'll be getting a video of that soon, right, Eric? Let's talk some Chicago Bears, guys. All right, I'm going to go through the injury report real quick. So we got Edwards out this week. A Walker. Got Brisker and Jalen Johnson. Both are questionable. That's right. Jalen Johnson is questionable. He was limited in practice yesterday. I would not be surprised to see him on the field for a couple plays this week. Eric, you'll be at the game. You'll be happy to see that number 1 jersey come out on the field because somebody's got to cover Jay Jetta. If not, it will not be a good day for the Bears. Minnesota Vikings out is their center, Ryan Kelly. Eric, you're going to be at the game, so I'm just going to fill you with a couple things I want you to understand and know going into this game. All right. I know you're a homer and you probably have Caleb Williams on your fantasy football team. Do not start Caleb Williams this week. Right? Caleb Williams will probably not throw over 160 yards this game. The upside is if you have Swift or Monungai or Johnson, I would start any of the running backs the Bears have because the Vikings tend to give up a lot of yards on the ground. Matter of fact, 126 yards per game on the ground. So they'll probably give up 200 against the Bears. Vikings defense is 12th ranked. They give up 317 yards per game, 92 through the air. And like I said, 126 yards on the ground. The Bears are going to run the ball, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
To me, this is a good game, I think, for the Bears defense also to kind of redeem itself. Even if Jalen Johnson isn't on the field, I think that the Vikings offense is 24th ranked, guys. They're averaging 300 yards per game. The O-line has allowed 34 sacks so far, and 15 of those came with J.J. McCarthy at quarterback. All right. I think we continue the dismantlement we did for 3 quarters in week 1.
I think, like you said, Chad, if the Bears can control the run game and the defense can stop if they can stop a fly, they should win the game if the Bears run game is consistent as it has been.
Does CJ Gardner Johnson have another sack this week?
Maybe very much so. I could see that. And also tagging along off the Jalen Johnson thing while we're on this, right? I wrote a note down. You said something in the group chat earlier, Chad, about if the Bears get Jalen Johnson back, they'll have Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, and CJ Gardner-Johnson. I would, once all of them are healthy, I would bench Tyreek Stevenson and I would start Jalen Johnson, move whoever to the outside between Gordon and CJ Gardner-Johnson, and then play the other one, the nickel. They both were Gordon and Gardner-Johnson both play. Tyreek Stevenson gets cooked. Eric, you can shake your head all at me all you want, but he is burnt toast. He gets cooked, bro. He gets cooked. Every week he's on the highlight reel. He gets fucking cooked. He's had 2 good games this season. 2.
You're basic like always. Go drink your fucking iced coffee. Okay, listen.
That's
listen
not
here,
basic.
okay?
That's just
listen.
true.
Just hold on.
He's
Okay.
always on the highlight
why would we
reel.
do that? Why would we do that when Brisker's worse? Okay, you put CJ Gardner-Johnson where Brisker is. You leave Stevenson where he's at. Okay, it's Brisker's the waste more liability than
play Byard and
Stevenson
fucking
is.
Simone Biles' husband, bench Brisker. If you want
That's what I
to
just
maximize
said.
the best of
You
everyone,
put CJ on the back and the safety. Okay, you have Gordon at the slot. Okay, Stevenson, yes, does get burnt, but he's not the liability in
he gets burnt. That's a lie of fucking ability in the secondary, and it doesn't help
I
with
think-
Brisker's bum ass as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think out of our secondary, Stevenson has definitely been exposed a little bit without having Jalen Johnson on the field and having to cover the better receiver that's on the field. I think when Jalen Johnson gets back, I think it eases it up a little bit for Stevenson. I don't think he has to have that kind of pressure on him. In the same return, I think that if we can make a move and get him off the field, the better we are too. But Brisker's not the answer either. So, but looking at it, Stevenson's probably the weakest one when we talk about actual healthy defense in all of our starters. Just my thought process.
Yeah, you're just as high as Justin is. It's fine. It's not about being a homer. It's about looking at the actual gameplay. Okay, I know you can say whatever you want.
Okay,
name me exactly besides going against Chase or Jetta, who has burnt him other than that. Name somebody else. Go right now. Since you have this long list of people that burnt him, either of you give me somebody else that hasn't been a top
George
5
Pickens
receiver.
George Pickens did.
Pickens never. No,
yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
you're right.
Did you forget when he was just ran pretty much into the end zone because Stevenson was 15 yards behind him?
It doesn't matter what you say. I'm just saying. There's literally, you guys say, oh, he's getting cooked, he's getting that, but there's not that many big highlights that you're telling me that he's gotten cooked.
There's a lot. There's a lot, but it's okay. It's okay, Eric.
It's fine.
It's okay, Eric.
It's fine. You guys can go touch each other, okay? Since you guys are want to just fucking keep.
We're not ganging up on you. That's reality.
I'm just realistic here.
Here, you want the fucking, let's see. Week 1 got cooked. Week 2 got cooked by Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams.
Week
3,
they
top
5 receiver.
Doesn't
Week 4
matter.
doesn't matter. Week 5, he still gave up yards against Washington. He had a good game, but gave up yards. Week 7, gave up some yards, decent game. Baltimore got cooked. Cincinnati got cooked. Last week, got cooked against the Giants.
Yeah. You can't disagree with this, Eric. You really can't. This is the thing.
Brisker's a liability,
You just said,
but he's good in the run at least.
Do you think Amon St. Brown has those yards against Jalen Johnson?
I mean, it's still high. I mean, I'm not saying he's getting shut down because, I mean, Jalen's never been a shutdown completely, has he? I don't think he has.
Yeah, to me,
I'm not
he's
even a
top
Bears
3
fan like
cornerback
that,
in
but
the
he's a
league.
top 5 corner in the league, bro.
I think
I'd go
I'd
top
say
5,
3,
but
which is my-
but he's that good. Jalen Johnson is
Yeah.
that good.
All right, final score prediction, Eric, since you'll be at the game.
24.
Final score prediction, Justin.
21-14 Bears.
I'm going 24-17. 24-17. It's going to be a low-scoring game, guys. A lot of running the ball and a lot of sacks coming from that Chicago Bears defense on J.J. McCarthy.
Maybe on Caleb Williams, too, because the
24-17.
Vikings get after the quarterback.
They got to catch him first, but
Hopefully
we'll see
he
what
paints on his
happens.
nails FUMN.
Is this Bears offense one of the best in franchise history already?
That I've seen, yes. The ones that I can say were this good from just my lifetime was, I don't remember Super Bowl year, but 2010, if Cutler doesn't get injured, that's a different game against the Packers, I think. And then the first year with Mark Trestman, that offense was, their defense was absolute ass, but when they had Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey and Forte, that offense was phenomenal. So I think those are the only two that I could say could compete with this offense. And they had Cutler. And Williams has way more potential to be better than Cutler. And he's on par with him right now, in my opinion. But I think those are the only 2 years that I can remember that could compete with this year's. Yeah. And I know everyone says 2015 because of blah, blah, blah. That team was the defense. The offense was, yeah, they scored because of Tariq Cohen, but that offense sucked. That offense sucked.
2018, they were decent. Their offense was decent. That first year was
decent. I don't think they were as good as this year.
They were decent. No, I agree with you. I agree. Eric, best offense in franchise history?
I don't remember the last time we had an offense that was ranked top 5. So, yes, 100%. I think that this is the best offense we've ever had.
Yeah, I would agree. And obviously, I've been fortunate to see a lot of offenses in 52 years. You look at it this way, the Bears are on pace literally to put up over 7,000 yards of total offense. Considering right now they're sitting at 3,400. That's third in the league, 11th in yards per passing at 232 yards per game. Second in rushing at 147 yards per game, and 7th in points at 26.6 a game. By far, probably the best offense that I've seen ever coming out of Chicago. On the flip side, might be top 10 worst defenses I've seen, considering the injuries. That's the only bad thing. But best offense in franchise history, I agree. All right, 49ers injury report. Justin, how's it looking besides as bad as always?
They're getting their starting center back this week. That's really the only person coming back. Oh, Ricky Pearsall and Brock Purdy are playing this week, but they've been so injured. Like it's hard to keep up with all the injuries that they have at this point. From what I've seen, Purdy's back, Pearsall's back, Alfred Collins, their starting defensive tackle's coming back, their starting center's coming back. And I just looked on Bleacher Report, but Diamador Lenore, their best corner, is on the question. He's still, like, give or take. Yeah, they're playing the Cardinals. They should win, but
when's Ayuk coming back?
I don't think he comes back. I don't think he ever plays in a 49ers jersey again.
Gotcha.
They paid him, and you see him run routes. He looks healthy. He's full game speed. I think they're just trying to find whatever they can take for him and lick their wounds from it. And I don't blame them.
Yeah. Well, see what happens. All right, 49ers versus Cardinals.
I think that
thoughts.
I think the 49ers win in a low-scoring game. Again, I can see that 27-21 or 14-7, something there like that one-score game because the Niners' defense is so injured, or the Niners could get completely blown out too because their defense is so injured.
Yeah, and I mean, Jacoby Brissett has not looked so bad. Yeah,
Marvin Harrison is out this week though. And Marvin Harrison has looked good with Jacoby Brissett.
Yes, he did.
But he's out this week.
I could see a 49ers victory coming out of that. I think the Cardinals are in a little bit of disarray. I think Brissett has done a decent job, like we talked about, but in the same return, I think that with all the commotion about the quarterback situation, it's not a very stable environment. So I'm trying to find the right way to say it. So does Brock Purdy actually finish this game?
I don't know. It's looking at his practice footage. He doesn't look. He looks like his turf toe is just as bad as Burrow's. He needed surgery more than likely. He can't plant on his right foot, and that's his push-off foot. All his passes look lob, so he's not stepping into his throws to get velocity. So I don't know.
Right.
Part of me says no. Part of me says no, honestly. Because one step, one hit, he's done.
All right, guys, that covers the NFL, covers some Bears talk, our picks, and some 49ers talk. See what happens with the 49ers. Should have a good draft pick coming in next year. That's for sure.
I mean, they
That's
have 6
that's
wins
the
already. I
upside.
doubt it.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. But
And they'll probably win
just
2 or
never
3
know.
more games just because of Shanahan
so
and
they could be
Saleh, their coach.
so they can be middle of the pack.
Yes.
Let me ask you this honestly, as a 49er fan, would you rather see them lose out and have the better pick, or would you rather them win some games and be middle of the pack?
I'd rather see them win some games and be middle of the pack because it's let the rookies play and see what they do, and if they can win some games and the defense can, because they're playing a lot of rookies on defense now. They're even starting to play their middle linebacker Nick Martin now, more on the defensive side of the ball. And if they can win a few games, their defense is tightening it up towards the end of the year, and say they get 2-3 wins at the end of the season, and the rookies are playing solid, I'd be okay with that. And then get middle of the pack because the defensive rookies they drafted this year are not playing bad. Yet Michael Williams got injured, but Alfred Collins, a D tackle, he missed 1 game, but before that, he was playing phenomenal. Upton Stout, slot corner, gives up some plays, but he's a rookie. But he's aggressive corner, like he plays with fiercity, which you do not see a corner play with most of the time. So I would like to see them finish middle of the pack if the defense can get healthy. If the defense still, if it's win by outscoring people, no. But if they win by keeping the other team from scoring them a lot of points, then yes, that makes sense.
Gotcha. Well, I disagree with you. I would rather, if I'm a 49er fan right now, I'm looking at what I need to rebuild. And the closer you are to that number 1 pick, the better off you are. As we're finding out as Bears fans, right, Eric? When we look at having Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze and Colston Loveland being all up and around the top 10, being able to take them definitely helped us out, not to mention Darnell Wright. So
Jalen Johnson.
All right, guys. Jalen Johnson, 2nd round pick. Yeah. All right, Justin, what do you got closing?
I don't know. I'm tired. Long week, man. I barely made it through this.
Stuck in the field.
Go Bears, go Niners, and go Michigan.
All right, Eric. Let's see if you can get it in. What do you got in closing?
See, sorry, my kid I think has a cold. He's just being clean.
Oh, no.
Anyways, I'm going to the game hopefully tomorrow, so I will send some videos over so we can post those.
Justin, hopefully you'll be joining me for the Bears post-game podcast. You and I can knock that out next.
Yeah, I probably will because they play at noon, so I'll be here watching that, so I can do that and then still catch the Niners game. So I'll be on.
Sounds good. All right, we appreciate everybody for listening and putting up with our jokes and our nonsense stats and our opinions and everything else. Please follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. Thank you for listening. Be kind to each other. We're out. Peace.